Hey guys, it's Court. I should so not be filming right now. It's like super duper late and I have so much resin. I had to move my sale because I literally blinked last night and I woke up and it was like 6 hours later. Like Brielle was like passed out on the floor, like didn't even come up and snuggle to fall asleep with me or nothing. Like we all just like passed out. I went shopping for my dress for my baby shower and I'm so excited because I found the perfect one. It was like 15 bucks. I'm so excited. I might vlog a little bit at my baby shower. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, somehow this video got deleted the first time around. So I guess I'm going to do it again because some of you seem to enjoy it. And I did miss a couple brushes and I did buy a couple new ones. So I have quite a few. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Also, let me know how you like this lighting. I tried something new with it and I feel like I'm not sure if I like it or not. I have to watch it on the big screen because I film with my phone. So I'm only looking at like this little tiny 3-inch screen because it's an iPhone 5. But I don't get to see it on like the big laptop screen until you guys can see it on the big laptop screen. But let me know if this lighting is a little bit better because if it's good enough, then that would be awesome because that means that I can use this lamp to film after Brie goes to bed and I can start doing tutorials and such because I feel like it might, I don't know, I might get another one of these bulbs for a second lamp and try and make it a little bit better. But anyway, let me know how you like it. Let me know if it's better or worse. So these are my brushes. I keep them in these little things that I got at Target for $1. These are my face brushes. And then I have another one here. This is like a set that I got from BH Cosmetics not too long ago. And then I have another one with my eye brushes, all of my eye brushes in it. This one I don't like. I had to string this ribbon through it because they kept popping out of the bottom. So I am actually on the hunt for new makeup brush holders that are about the same size. And you'd be surprised how tough it is for me to find. But anyway, let's get started. We'll just pick and choose. We'll just start taking them all out. Won't go in any particular order. This is a new brush that I just got. This is the powder brush from Real Techniques, and I love this. I've been using it. I think I used it for my setting powder, and I really like it. It's pretty dense, but it's really, really soft, and it's got a really big head on it, and I love I guess this would be the ferrule, even though it's so long. I don't know. I thought the ferrule was like the little part up here, but since this doesn't have it, I'm assuming this is, or maybe it's just the handle, and I like that it's like rubber at the bottom, so it's easy to grip onto and buff your shiz out. So I like this. I've been enjoying this so far. I just got it not too long ago. I think I hauled it in my last video, as well as this one. This is a flower brush. Woo, look at that glare, girl. Gonna blind you. I really, really like this. Oh my God. It's like when you touch it, you can't even feel bristles. It just feels like you're touching a piece of silk. Like, oh, it's so amazing. My makeup's probably not perfect. Like I said, it's very late and I did it in about 10 minutes to hurry up and film for you. So if you can see my contour, I apologize because I just did not have time to blend. Sorry about it. F01 is the number, and this is their powder brush, and I have been using this one more often than the other one for my setting powder. I love using this with my e.l.f. HD setting powder. It just makes everything blend so flawlessly and beautifully. This is what I was using before that to blend my setting powder, and this is the e.l.f. Professional Total Face Brush, and I still really do like this for the setting powder. It's not as soft, but it's almost as soft, and I think this is from their dollar line. I'm pretty sure their white brushes are $1. Keep blinding you with these ferrules, man. Maybe this lighting isn't the best. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to learn to work with it, but this is a really nice setting powder brush as well. Then I have a mineral powder brush from e.l.f. And it's kind of domed. It's kind of like domed, but it's like tapered. Like it's shorter around the edges and it's longer in the center. And it has a little dome top on it. I haven't found a use for this yet. I tried it with my Bare Minerals and I didn't really like it that much. It just kind of put too much on in one spot. But maybe I'll find something to do with it. This is my e.l.f. blush brush. I do not use this for blush. This is a pointy tapered brush and they should have taken a bath before. I never give them a bath before I do this video. I swear I've cleaned them since the last video, but they just got dirty again. But I use this for setting my under eye powder, and it just like, it fits amazingly perfect underneath of my eyes and in the corners just to set my concealer under my eyes. This is actually one of my favorite brushes of all times. This is just some random wooden brush, and it's dense and soft, and again, it's kind of like the mineral powder brush to where it's a little bit of a dome shape, but it's like tapered to where it's shorter around the edges and longer in the center. And this is what I used to apply my Bare Minerals. Actually, this is what I use to apply my Bare Minerals when I use it. It's not, I don't really know what the difference is. I think this one's a little bit softer, so maybe that's why it doesn't apply as much product in one spot, but it is more dense, so I don't know how that works. Then I got the large e.l.f. stipple brush. I have the small one as well. So I have the big one and the little one. This one I use occasionally for when I want to do very precise highlighting and with powder highlight, and I haven't really used it for anything else besides that. This I like to use to blend out my bronzer instead of doing a contour. If I just want to do a nice bronze, like right above my contour line, I really love using this to buff out my bronzer. As well as, where'd the other one go? Wouldn't you know, I left it in the bathroom. I have another stipple brush and pretty much the same thing. I was just going to show you that one, but I don't have it. Then I have the Real Techniques contour brush, and I loved this for contouring when I first got it. And a lot of people have been recommending it for highlighting because I was looking for a new highlight brush as opposed to my fan brush, because my fan brush just wasn't, I like glitter face. Like I love, like you can see on my face, I love a mean highlight. So I was looking for something a little bit more dense that'll pick up more highlight and do it a little bit more precise. And people were recommending this, and I just haven't washed the bronzer out of it yet to try it for that. So for right now, this brush isn't really doing anything, but it is really good for contouring. It fits really nicely in the, yeah, look at that. Ooh, it fits really nicely right here. Get out of there. I just cannot get that one spot to blend to save my life. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like this lighting. It's kind of like getting way too bright way too easily. This is a brush that I just picked up at Ulta. This is going to blind you because the whole thing is just like bling, 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 bling. This is from IT Cosmetics. It is their number 203 blending concealer, and I haven't used this for concealer. I've been using this for highlight because there's like this little imaginary triangle that I have right here that I highlight into, and I just love how precise and like right down the center of my nose, right on my Cupid's bow. It's just perfect for highlighting those specific areas. So I've really been loving this. I am going to try it with concealer eventually to see how it works as a concealer brush. And maybe I'll let you know about that in the future. But as for right now, I've been using it for highlighting. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. And I do like using this once in a while for blending out underneath of my eyes, my concealer under my eyes, because it fits under there very nicely. But lately, I've just been kind of using it to, I get redness, like I get a little bit of redness here, and I get it on my forehead, like the spots on my chest, I get those on my face as well. Yeah, this lighting, this is not going to work. It's bugging me already, like how it keeps going in and out every time I move. Like, I don't like that at all. But anyway, I get these same spots on my face, so sometimes I'll use this to just buff the concealer onto those little spots. So 8 minutes, and we're already through the first one, so not too shabby. Let's get into the second one here. This is the Real Techniques Blush Brush, and I was using this for blush. I absolutely love it for blush, but it just ended up being a little bit too big for me. I like more of a precise blush application, and what I've been doing is taking, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? You know what? BRB. Don't go anywhere! Okay. Sorry. I had to go and grab it because this is like one of my favorite brushes. But I left it in the bathroom. Oh, I got tape stuck to my foot. The life of a crafter. Anyway, what I've been doing is using, this is the blush brush here. It's like a very fluffy tapered brush, and I've been using their multitask brush from Real Techniques as well, which I absolutely love, and I hate that you cannot get it by itself. You can only get it in a kit, so it kind of stinks because you're paying like $15 or $17 for one brush, because the other two brushes that are in it I never found a use for. I actually gave them away. But I've been applying my blush with this because it fits perfectly to the apples of my cheeks, and sometimes I'll blend blend it out with this bigger brush. So these two in combination are like the perfect blush brush. Like these two need to have a baby somehow and come out with like something in between them. But this one is also really nice for buffing your bronzer or putting setting powder. Like this really is a multitask brush. And with Real Techniques, you're getting high-end quality for drugstore prices. Real Techniques has a great, wonderful line of brushes. Absolutely love them. So when I was in the bathroom, I grabbed my other two stippling brushes. This is the one that I use today. It's by EcoTools. So it's just a really fluffy, really soft stippling brush. And I really, really like this. I use this today. So I go back and forth between that one. And then I have, this one is by Real Techniques as well. And this is their retractable bronzer brush. And this one's just a little bit more dense. You can see the difference between this one and the Real Techniques. You can see that this one just is a lot more dense. It's pretty much just as soft. It just has a lot more bristles. So they blend differently. So depending on what kind of look I'm going for, depends on which one I reach for. But this one's nice because it's like to go. So if I just need to pop a brush, like this is good for, you know, powder or whatever when you're on the go. So I grabbed that. I've had that for a while actually. This is I got a set of pink brushes, and I mainly bought them to take pictures with on Instagram, but I ended up really loving the fan brushes out of the set. This one, as you can see, it's not really white anymore. I use it for highlight. Whenever I don't use my little precise one, I always use the smaller fan brush. I really, really like this a lot. It's a really good highlighting brush. And this one I just use when I want to feel fancy, when I'm doing my highlight. Fancy. It's super duper soft. Look at all that flying everywhere. But it's so super soft. And again, this was just from a random set that I got on eBay, and I don't think I use any of the other brushes that came in it. It came with like 20 or so brushes, but I think I paid like 12 bucks, and for two brushes that I absolutely love for $20, I mean, or for 12 bucks, I mean, that's like a steal. That's definitely a win in my book. So I'm going to try and keep these a little bit separated because I keep them in, I call it the cool kids pot. This is the one that I use like my daily brushes for. This is the Sonia Kashuk, I gotta learn how to say that, man. Contour brush, and I hauled this a while ago when I first got it, and this is amazing. It really packs on the product, so you really have to be careful when you use this. But for placing your bronzer or whatever you use right into your contour line, it's amazing. It is pretty good at buffing it out, but you definitely have to go over it with another brush. You cannot just use this, or else you're going to have just like a line right down your face. But for applying a very precise contour, this is amazing. And the brush on it is just so comfy, and it just sits so nicely in your hands. Really, really like this brush. This one is from IT Cosmetics. They don't have like any names or anything on them, but I think it's a foundation buffing type brush, and I love this. I use this almost every day. I actually bought one from IT Cosmetics that was very, very similar, and I paid $26 for that one, and I ended up returning it because it was very, very streaky. But this one just applies my foundation beautifully, like gorgeous. What I'll do is I'll apply it with this, and then usually I'll do 2 layers of my foundation because it's only like a medium coverage, and I usually like full coverage. So then I'll apply another layer, and I'll use my Real Techniques sponge to blend it all together. But this from IT Cosmetics just applies beautifully, and or not IT Cosmetics, I'm sorry. Shoot. Is it IT Cosmetics? No, this is IT Cosmetics, right? Oh my God, I'm so screwed up right now. Yeah, this is it. Oh, what are these called? What is this line? Up and Up. Okay, Up and Up. This is a really good one. So if you can find this at Target and you like to apply your foundation with a brush, I highly recommend this. It's very dense. It's got a dome top, and it doesn't get like dirty looking because it's white on the bottom. Like you can definitely see foundation up in there, but like on the top, from the top, it doesn't look dirty at all. So I like that about it. These are just some random brushes that I don't use as often. Sometimes I'll use this one on my chest to apply green concealer underneath of a powder foundation if I'm going out, just to kind of like counteract the redness to hide that. This one I don't use. It's a pointed foundation brush. It's so tiny. This would like, you know, my daughter could use this for foundation on her little tiny face, but I don't use this. I'm not sure why I even have it. And then this is my Full Flawless Face from Bare Minerals, and I do use this with my Bare Minerals once in a while. This is kind of a stiffer brush. I'm not sure if it's natural hair, but it definitely feels like it is. It's very uneven. There's like all different like sizes of hairs in it, and I think that kind of helps with the flawless application. And I really like to use this with my Bare Minerals because that's what it's made for, surprisingly enough, because a lot of my brushes I don't use for like what they're supposed to be used for. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush, and this kind of reminds me of the Up and Up that I use for my foundation. It kind of applies almost the same way. So if if this one's closer, I'll use this one instead of this one, but I go back and forth between these two to apply my first layer of foundation. This came from the same set that this one came from, just some random set, and this is a really nice powder brush as well. I actually go back and forth between this one and this one and this one to apply my Bare Minerals, so it just kind of depends on what kind of look I'm going for, which one I reach for. This one applies a little bit lighter than this one does, not as, it doesn't pick up quite as much product, so I got a e.l.f. powder brush, and somebody recommended using this for foundation, and it just was not good. I think I saw somebody on Instagram say that they used it for their foundation and that they loved it, and they were like raving about it, comparing it to the Sigma, I think F80 or something like that, but it was terrible. It shed all over my face. It was so streaky and so uneven, so I have no idea what I'm going to end up using this for. I might end up passing it on because I don't need another powder brush, obviously. Then I got the e.l.f. angled blush brush, and before I got the blush brush from Real Techniques, before I got their multitask brush, this was the brush that I was using for blush. So once in a while I still do reach for this, just because I think it gives me a very nice precise application as well. And like I had mentioned earlier, I do like a precise application with my brush, with my blush, before I go ahead and blend it out. But this just applies very nicely to the apples of my cheeks, either this way, you know, depending on what kind of look I'm going for. Then I got this from e.l.f. It's their angled contour brush. I haven't had a chance to use this yet because I haven't really gone out, but I got this to contour my nose, and I don't contour my nose on a daily basis. I only do it when I'm going somewhere or when I'm going to have pictures taken or something like that. It's a lot of fun to contour my nose. I really like the effect that I get from it, but like I said, it's not something that I have time to do on a daily basis, so I haven't had a chance to use this brush yet, but I'm excited to, because it's very soft. It feels like it would blend very well, and it's just the perfect size just to get right down the sides of my nose where it needs to be. Getting down to the nitty gritty, this is my BH Cosmetics set. They're not all in here. Some of them are in with my eyeshadow brushes because they are eyeshadow brushes that I use on a daily basis. They're really cute. I'm really not going to go through all of them. There's only a couple in here that I actually use. This is a powder brush, and this is just another one that I reach for once in a while when I do my Bare Minerals. This is very soft. These brushes are very, very nice quality. I really like them. They have very minimal shedding. I actually haven't experienced any shedding with them, and I have washed them. So it was a set of 12, and then I got a eyeshadow palette with 9 shadows in it as well, and it was $18 for all of that stuff together. So it was like a 3-day sale that they were running. And then there's a fan brush in here, and this fan brush it's like another one where I just, you know, when I want to feel fancy. But then there's this one kind of reminds me of the e.l.f. angled blush brush. You can see they kind of are like about the same size, and they have pretty much the same width, and this one's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit fluffier and a little less dense than the e.l.f. one, so I don't tend to reach for it as much. And I think those are the only 3 that I use out of there. The rest of them are just random eyeshadow brushes that I just keep in there because they're cute, but I don't use them. So, real quick, that was all of my face brushes, and I was going to do a separate video for my eyeshadow brushes, but I don't know if that's really like a whole video worthy. Give me a thumbs up if you'd like to see a video with just my eyeshadow brushes, but for now, I'm going to show you a couple of my favorites. So first of all, this is my blending brush, and this is from BH Cosmetics, and I love, 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 love this brush. I use this every single day, and I use it to blend out my crease. It's just, I have a very big area up there to work with, so the fact that this covers so much surface area, like look how big that is, and it's so fluffy, and it's just absolutely perfect for me for blending out my crease. This is another blending brush. This came in that random set of the ones with the wooden handles, and I love using this for my transition color above my crease, right up here. I use it every single day to apply my transition color. These are like my daily brushes, the ones that I use every day. This is the shading brush from Real Techniques, and I really love this. It's just like a little bit of a flatter, rounded top, tapered kind of brush, and it picks up product really nicely, and I experience like minimum fallout with this, and I just really like this for packing color onto my lid. Another one that I love and use every day from that wooden set, I really hit the jackpot with it because it was pretty cheap and there's a lot of brushes in it that I use every day. So this is just a pointed brush. I don't know what it would technically be called, but I love this brush for getting into my inner corners to do my inner highlights. This is the only brush I use to do my inner highlights of the corners of my eyes. I just got this one. It came in that set with the BH Cosmetics. As you can see, it's the same color. And this is just a flat kind of smudging brush, and I love this for placing product under my eyes. Like I usually do 2 colors under my eyes. I'll do a darker one and I'll place the darker one on with this, and it's just flat and it's very dense and very soft. And then after I place that on, I'll take a lighter shade, shade of the same shade, if that makes any sense, like just like a lighter one, onto this brush and blend it out. So this is a little bit bigger and a little bit thicker. I'll show you the difference. So as you can see, the BH Cosmetics one is just a little bit smaller and it's not as fluffy. This one is a fluffier version. This is kind of flat, like an eyeliner pencil would kind of be. And then the e.l.f. one is a little bit more thick. So that is the smudge brush from e.l.f. and I really love that one. So the last one I'm going to go ahead and show you, well, there's 2. I'll show you 2 more. This is the e.l.f. crease brush, and that's exactly what I use it for. It's just a small dome top brush, and it's perfect. It fits in my crease like a dream for applying product, and then I blend it out with that BH Cosmetics brush. Love this. Just got this, and I want to order 10 more just so I can have them because, God forbid they ever stop making them because that always happens to me. And then the last one I'm going to share with you right now, excuse me, like I said, if you want to see all of them and see what I use them all for, because they all have their uses, give me a thumbs up and I'll go ahead and do that for you. But this is an angled fluffy brush, that wooden set coming in again, man, for the win. I love that thing. But it's just angled and it's pretty fluffy, and I like using this for applying the highlight underneath of my brow. This is absolutely perfect. It just fits up there so nicely. By the way, ignore my brows. They hate me today. They're like, you, Courtney, we are not going to cooperate. But anyway, it just fits up there so nice and perfect, and it's just beautiful, wonderful, and lovely. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't ramble too much. It's very, very late, and I'm exhausted. I think I slept for like 5 hours last night, but one more time, eyeshadow brush video, thumbs up, let me know. What do you think? My next video, I'm going to try and shoot it tomorrow. I'm going to try the best I can. I'm going to review my first product, and I am so excited about it because I love this product. It was in my most recent haul, and I cannot not wait to tell you guys what I think about it. So I'm super stoked. Keep an eye out for that. I'm going to work on this lighting because it was bugging me, so I think it's probably bugging you too. But let me know what you think. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Mwah.